Hello everyone, this is a very quick tutorial on how to become a host on Neon Arcade. Neon Arcade is a decentralized cloud gaming platform where you can share your computer with others in need and earn some passive income off of your games and hardware. And it's really simple to get started and secure. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go to neonarcade.app and then create an account and then log in to your Steam account. A little pop-up will show up and you just log in, and then you will see the compatible games in your Steam library here. Once you do that, you need to download parsec.app. Go ahead and make an account and download that and log into it on your computer. This is what's going to facilitate the remote connection. Once you do all that, we're going to create a computer. So you can go over here to your computers, click on that, and then this is a previous computer I've made. I'm just going to delete that for right now and I'll create another one. We're going to call it PC number 2. This name is just a private identifier, so you know what the name is, but no one else can really see it. Computer total RAM, you put in how much RAM is on your computer, and then you put in your graphics card. These will matter a lot more in the future and will play a role in the price that people will pay to use your computer per hour. But right now, it's only one hosting token per hour, and that translates to about 90 cents per hour passively with other people on your computer playing games. And yeah, that will as this program and the service develops, that price will change a little bit, but that's what it is right now. And then your games, these are the games that are currently downloaded on this computer. So we're just going to click on some games. And you can also see that you can have multiple computers under the same profile. So you can really just have a whole bunch of computers maybe just in your closet, and you allow people to play them, and you can be earning some really good money off of this service. But once you do that, you just click on OK, and then it successfully adds a computer. We can reload and see that. And then once you want to host it so other people can request your computer and attempt to get on it, you would just click on this and then set how much time you want allotted for the hosting. But before we do this, we need to configure our environment to ensure that our files are safe and that the remote user cannot do anything nefarious. So that is actually really quite simple. So we're going to come back to this after we configure our environment. Just like I said, very simple. So you just let's exit out of that. I'm going to close out of this, and we're going to create a new user profile on this computer. So you just go here, go to settings, and then you go to accounts. You scroll down and then go to other users, and then you click on add other user, and we're going to add an account. And don't have this person's sign-in info, just click on that. And then click on add user without Microsoft account, and then we're going to name it our guest for remote guest. And then we're not going to put in a password, so we always have access to it. And just click on next. And you can see we have created a new account, a local account, and it is a standard user account. So they have no administrative permissions, and this is super important. So yeah, local account, not an administrator account. And then when we close out of that, if we go in here, start menu, and then click on our account, we can now switch to this our guest profile. Now we're going to need to go into this profile really quickly to initialize all the files. Once I do that, I will come back here so that we can continue with the steps. So just click on this, initialize, and then come back to your default profile. Alright, so we just finished initializing the our guest profile, and now we're just going to add some shortcuts to the desktop of that application so that we can have easy access to what we need to have access to. So just go to File Explorer, click on this PC, the C drive, go to Users, go to Our Guest, click Continue, and then Desktop. Now I'm going to get rid of Microsoft Edge just because you don't need it. And then you're going to want to move over a couple of applications. So the first application you're going to want to move over is, of course, Steam. paste that in there. And then the second application is Parsec. And we just put that over there. So now we can have easy access to these three applications without having to open up anything or use the File Explorer, none of that. So, yeah. I'm going to go back. Once you do this, you can go back into our guest, and then we can finish up with the setup process. All right, everyone, we are inside of the Our Guest profile, and you can see we have our applications over here. Don't mind Bandicam. That's just something I use to record. First thing we're going to want to do is get rid of these just to make it a bit extra secure. Just remove these, unpin them from the taskbar. And then what we're going to do is open up Steam and verify you're not signed into your Steam account, which is the case. And then open up Parsec and verify that you are signed in to Parsec. Perfect. And then once you do that, open up your web browser of choice. Don't sign in. Skip. Got it. Go over here, and then we're going to open up Incognito. Right? Just so that none of our login information is saved. Right? And then we're going to go to neonarcade.app. Yes. And then go ahead and log in. All right, so once you have logged in, now we can go ahead and host our computer because we're pretty much set up. What will happen is someone will request this computer, we will accept it on the app, and then we will paste in the Parsec code to them, and then they will request to join here. And then once they join in, we minimize these and put this front and center so that they can log in with their QR code and play their games. So let's just go through that process. So go here, we're going to host it for 3 hours. Reload. Now you can see this is yellow, meaning it's available to be hosted. And it's going to be hosting until 7:43 p.m. And that's when the hosting will end. And now we really just wait until somebody wants to use our computer. So, for one of these games. So when someone types in here Rocket League or Grand Theft Auto 5 or Warframe or Terraria, my computer will show up. And if the location is close enough, they will join it. So let's just wait for that to happen. Let's see. So perfect. I just got a request for 30 minutes, and a couple things will happen. There will be a ding. You will get a notification here, down there, and you will get an email associated with whatever account you have made you have associated with your Neon account. So you will know, and you have 5 minutes to accept or deny. Of course, I want to accept. And then we're going to enter our Parsec connection key. So we're going to reload this and then get our computer, click on share, copy this link here, and then paste it into here. And then once we click submit, we have effectively accepted their request. So let's go ahead and click on accept or submit. And then we just wait. Perfect. So I accepted the request for PC number 2, and now we just wait for them to request the computer on Parsec. All right, so let's go ahead and accept. So once you click accept over here, they now can see everything that happens on the screen, right? And once everything is good for them, you can put this front and center so that they can scan it. But here is something that is very important that I need to say. So it's not responding. Just give it a moment. But you need to be aware of this option right here. These are all the people who could potentially be connected to your computer. You can kick the person at any time, and you can give them permissions. So right now they only have permissions for gamepad, meaning a controller. They cannot operate the mouse or keyboard, and you want to ensure that they only have access to the gamepad, because the keyboard and mouse give rise to security implications that are being worked on at the moment. So do not allow this, but they can still play their games with their Xbox or PlayStation controller, right? Perfect. So what the remote user is going to do now is attempt to log into their Steam account remotely, and they can do that through the Steam app. So we just kind of wait for that, and then they will sign in. And then once that occurs, once they're able to successfully log in, they will say they have successfully connected. And before we do anything else, we should ensure that it has started. And this means we are getting paid for every minute they are on our computer. And this will also update. There we go, 29 minutes. And once that happens, you can go ahead over here, minimize this. We don't need that. And then put this into big picture mode. And now, our remote user can play their games remotely. And there may sometimes be settings or stuff that they have to, little pop-ups that you have to click on, so be sure to monitor. But now, they can go ahead and play their games through your computer. So, whatever, Palworld is downloading. But Terraria. Let's just play Terraria. Right? So, yeah, that's the entire process pretty much. And once the session is over, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward, kind of close out of this, all this, close out of this, close out of all that. The remote user is going to remotely log out of their account at the end of the session, or if they just don't want to be logged in anymore. So you can see something's happening. It will say that the remote guest has logged out. And while that's doing its thing, like I said, the connection is over. We can go ahead and pass notifications. There is an error. Please invalidate your connection key. So once you get that, you need to stop sharing. And now the link has been invalidated. And you can see that the little progress thing here is gone. And this is no longer green, meaning the session is completely over. And to see how much money you have actually made from that transaction, you can go to account and then look at how many hosting tokens you have. Each hosting token is worth 90 cents. And once you have a number of hosting tokens, you can contact this email and we will send over that money in your payment method of choice. But I don't know why this is taking so long. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire process, the entire flow. If you would like to see how you can rent time on someone else's computer, that video will be in the description. This application is still very early, but I have a lot of hope for this application and the amount of good that it can bring, giving those who don't have access to expensive hardware a chance to use it for a relatively low price, and give those with computers and games that they're willing to share an opportunity to make some really easy money. So that's really it. Thank you all so much for watching, and please tune in for the future of this application.